Dun, dun, dun. Go ahead and hit me up with so many questions. MMA needs more promotions to give fighters more of an option because the UFC doesn't pay their top fighters enough. Look, I would agree with you 100% that we do need more fight promotions. 100% we need more fight promotions. That being said, the UFC pays the top fighters a pretty nice paycheck. It's the lower level ones that are not getting paid a lot, but also too they've got to earn their way. I understand that. I'm not taking a jab at that either. These guys are making way more than I was making when I was ranked number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 in the world. So all those things being said, it's kind of funny that we're saying that fighters are not making enough. Now, I did notice this thing the other day that I talked about on my other podcast, Bad Takes, and my buddy Angelo, is that we talked about their UFC fighters are getting 14.5% of the $1.4 billion that they made last year. 14.5% is definitely too low, but there needs to be some sort of they've got to reconcile that kind of money. It's got to get up to the 19%. I would say up to the 21%. Somewhere in that 19 to 21 would be nice, but you can only get that done if you have some sort of fighters union or for fighters association. That being said, it's going to take somebody that's relevant and not just one. It's going to take all your champions. And I think the way you do that is you leverage what you guys have. And they're like, oh, well, the top tier fighters won't do it because they're the ones making the money right now. But I want to remind top tier fighters, all the ones that have the championship belts right now, right? Whether it's John Jones, Tom Aspinall, Ilya, Islam. I know you guys don't want to rock the boat, but you guys can make it better for everybody else that's below you guys that is coming up. Because at the end of the day, you will not be champion forever. And sure, you've made your money. You're making good money right now as we speak. But there's been times where fighters have won one or two, they've defended their title once or twice, and they think, oh, man, this is the way it's going to always be. But we just saw with Izzy, who made a ton of money, doing a great job promoting the sport. He's going to continue to make good money, but he's not going to make championship money. And so had he went ahead along with all the other champions and just said, hey, we're not going to fight for 3 months until we get this 19 to 20%, 21%. And baby steps. I know everyone's going to talk about the NBA and say, hey, we deserve 50%. No, guys. That's not how this works. The NBA has been around for a long time. The NFL's been around forever. That's not how this is going to work. Okay, let's go baby steps. Let's understand. Like we had to crawl before you guys could walk. You guys could walk. And now, right now, you guys are talking about, you guys are not even getting ready to jump. You guys are just evenly just okay with collecting your check. Us, we were making pennies on the dollar. Like you guys are making up significantly more than I was making. I was ranked number 1 in the world when I fought Yves Edwards. I made $8,000 because I lost the fight. That's it. And I thought I was rich. I was out at the club that night. I was dropping thousands, literally like probably half my check. And it was like, but it just, was out there having a great time. It goes away so fast. And these fighters, I've only been retired, I think, for about 6 years, 5-6 years now. And you realize like it all dries up quick, man. You got to have other avenues to make money. You've got to invest into whether gyms, you got to invest in whatever it is you're passionate about, food, hot sauce, whatever, something along those lines, an energy drink. I don't know, whatever it is you feel passionate about, you should start looking to get into that towards the end of your career and put all your energy into that as much as you put your energy into fighting. And I think that's what people have to remember. If you're the champions, if you really want to make a splash, what you guys need to do is you guys need to basically hold out for 3 months or until they come to the table and say, okay, look, let's jump it to 19% or 20% or 21%, because in their contracts with their networks that they have to fight. They have to fight champions, and the champions are the ones that are going to affect this sport, not the guys on the bottom and not the ones that used to be champions. GSPs, Randy Couture's, Chuck Liddell's, they're not going to have any impact on anything the UFC does when it comes to the finances. They had their chance. They had their opportunity to do it, and they didn't do it. They've got to do it. You've got to do it while you're the champion, because the deal with the ESPN is that you will have title fights on these cards, whether they're pay-per-view, whatever it is, you'll have title fights. And if your champions are not fighting, that's a bad look. That's a really bad look. And any network's going to have a hard time justifying, why are you guys paying them peanuts? Why are you allowing a platform allowing a promotion on your platform that's paying their fighters and their athletes peanut wages? And so it's going to have to come down from the top. So That's, I think, what we got to do. Also, too, like you said, having more competitions, more promotions, to go ahead and do that. But it's such a hard industry to get into. It's so hard because what happens is we get a lot of casual fans, but we also get a lot of reporters who constantly bag on the smaller promotions. I think PFL, to me, if you were to, like I said earlier, if you were to move Don Davis and Pete Murray into just the finance of the cap raising, just the people that raised the money for the show, and you put in a real promoter there that loved watching the sport and loved the fighters and knew that that's what makes this whole thing drive is, pushing your athletes. Man, I think it'd be a huge deal. Huge deal. So those are the things that I think they need to make adjustments on. This episode is brought to you by BetUS. Make sure you guys YouTube 150 for the promo code. Also, Element, use the link in the descriptions down below. Any product you buy from there, they will send you a bonus package of product if you use our link down below. Element's amazing, man. I love it. And I want to say thank you, man. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support us.